Hey everyone. So last week, GoPro announced the 2024 lineup, and no surprise, we have a new Hero Black, the GoPro Hero 13 Black. But they've also released a new budget camera, simply called the Hero. Now, this is something that GoPro has done before. They've released kind of variations of this before, where their cheap camera is half the price of the premium model. And this looks good. It records at 4K. It's very light. It doesn't have a replaceable battery, but it's very easy to charge. And it's got different recording modes. And I think for most people that are just looking for an action camera to record footage on their bike or with their family on holidays, this is probably the one to go for. So I think this is a good release. I like that this is in the lineup, but what is baffling me is this year's release of the GoPro Hero 13 Black. Now, when I saw the announcement last week, I was baffled. I was a little bit annoyed by how little they've done this year with their new release. They really haven't changed anything. But rather than push out a knee-jerk reaction video to get views and comments, I wanted to sit back. I wanted to look at reviews. I wanted to look more into it and go, right, okay, is it worth buying? 1 week later, I am still baffled. I just don't know what GoPro are trying to do long term. It seems like they're in some sort of self-destruction mode, and they're just not innovating anymore, and they've lost a lot of ground to DJI and Insta. And certainly if you look at a lot of creators online, rather than upgrade to the latest version of the GoPro, they are jumping ship and they're moving over to other types of action cameras or other action cameras which, bigger sensors, better features, etc. But this is what the GoPro has been like for many years now, and it really hasn't changed much. And for whatever reason, that's stuck on that menu. There we go. So you can see here, I've got the GoPro Hero 12 Black, and I upgraded from the GoPro Hero 11 Black. And I bought the Max Lens mod last year as well, which is still not sure how I feel about this. It's quite a fun little mod, but it's not something I use all the time. So I upgraded last year, but when I upgraded from the GoPro Hero 11 Black to the 12 Black, it was, for the most part, exactly the same camera. It was exactly the same camera. And this is fundamentally one of the problems I have with GoPro. Well, there's two problems. One is that the camera is really not changing every year, and they're expecting people to buy. They're pushing marketing emails to us. And the second is that a lot of the accessories which they're trying to push out and encourage us to buy, they're not backwards compatible, which I think is a little bit frustrating as a GoPro customer. I don't see why many of these accessories cannot be used with older models. But if you look at their own comparison page, GoPro Hero 11 Black, 12 Black, and then 13 Black on the right here, you really have to start nitpicking to see the difference between these cameras, over the last few years. And you can see video stabilization 5.0 to 6.0. Okay, there's maybe some slight difference in the hardware, but I suspect a lot of that is just kind of software as well. All the resolutions are pretty much identical. 10-bit recording here. I mean, everything is the same. I mean, look, same sensor. Absolutely same sensor the last few years. What else is different here? Not much. I mean, everything's the same weight, same size, same screen. What they've done this year is offered a new Enduro battery, which gives you more recording time. That's good. But you can see the new, I'll show you these accessories, but what they've done this year is they've released a couple of new lens mods, etc. But those new mods are not compatible with the older versions. And HDR video was brought in last year. That was one reason to upgrade last year. But bizarrely, if I show you, where's the GPS? Photo intervals. Again, why are photo intervals not available there? Maybe it's a hardware issue. Doubt it. We've got Wi-Fi 6 now. Okay, we've got Bluetooth 5.3. Okay, minor upgrade. This is one of the baffling things. I had the Hero 11 Black, and it allowed you to add GPS to footage so that you can record speeds, etc. if you're recording in the car. They took it away from last year's version and said, it's to save you battery, and they've brought it back. It's just, I don't understand their whole strategy with all this. They just seem to be all over the place. So if you don't have a GoPro and you're looking at these cameras, I mean, what is there to make you buy the new version rather than the old version? There are slight upgrades, but they're so slight. It's unbelievable just how little difference there is between them. And I've had the 11, I'm on the 12, and I'm looking at the 13 thinking, what is there for me to upgrade? So here's what GoPro says is different in the new version, and there isn't a lot, certainly not with the camera. So they've got new lenses now, and you can see there's a new macro lens mod. This is something I'd love to try, a new macro lens. I think that's pretty cool. But if I take my face away for a second, you can see it's only compatible with the latest version. Well, that's just dandy. That's just fantastic. So I cannot get it. We've got a new ultra wide lens mod. We've got a new ND filter pack. We've got an anamorphic lens mod coming as well. We have a new battery with a few hundred extra milliamps of power, and we've got a new power magnet. This is something which I nearly bought a third-party version of a year or so ago, and then it went out of stock. But that's a great option. You can power it without plugging in the charging cable, and they've got a new magnetic mount here as well, which looks amazing. That looks great that you can move the camera around. Again, all of these things are accessories. The actual camera is the same weight, it's the same size, it's the same sensor, everything is the same. So I really don't know why a lot of those accessories above are not compatible with the older versions. It just seems like they're trying to force people's hand to upgrade in order to get these additional accessories. So from a recording point of view, there's absolutely zero reason to upgrade this year. There's absolutely no reason to upgrade from last year's GoPro Hero 12 Black, in my opinion. They've got new magnetic mount there and a power magnetic battery clip there, and they've got some lens mods. But those are all going to cost hundreds of bucks to actually buy as well. None of this stuff is cheap. So there's no valid reason to upgrade really, unless you feel restricted with the way the accessories are working here. I just find this whole strategy to be baffling. I think what they're doing with this new Hero, the new budget version, I think they should always have a budget version of the camera there that perhaps uses technology from a few years ago. That's double thumbs up. That's a big plus. I think they're doing the right thing there. But for the main camera range, that black range, I don't know what they're doing. We've had the same camera for like 3 or 4 years, same sensor. They're artificially holding certain things back. There's things in this camera that I don't see why it can't be in the older 10 or 11. I don't know why they're not doing that. And then they're kind of restricting the accessories as well. I feel like their whole strategy on this is short-sighted. You've got DJI and Insta releasing variations of action cameras with bigger sensors. They're taking a lot of who used to be hardcore GoPro users over to their world, and they're not doing anything to bring them back. So I just find it baffling. I know I've not featured GoPro on this channel a lot over the last year, but this is the first thing I take when I go on holiday with my family. We take it in the swimming pool, we take it out and about, we get lots of footage with it. I do love GoPros, but there's no hiding the fact that they've done nothing over the last few years. They're not innovating. They're just trying to offer more accessories and bring people into this whole accessory ecosystem. But at a certain point, they're going to lose a lot of goodwill with people. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. I'll leave a link to the official GoPro page. Check out the new action camera. I will say the GoPro Hero 12 Black is still awesome. The 13 will be awesome as well, just like the 11 was awesome. And yes, vote with your wallet. No one's forcing you to buy any of these products. If you don't need the GoPro Hero 13, don't buy it. I think my main grievance here is that they're not doing enough to add features back to older versions of GoPros. And I just feel that they're artificially restricting a lot of these accessories to only work with the latest version, because they know that some people want those accessories and then they'll be forced to upgrade. I just don't like the way that they're handling things. I find it baffling. I find it counterproductive. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, guys, as always. So please do leave a comment below. And until next time, take care.